Enchiridion is an educational consultancy and English phonics trust that is assisted by LEM Phonics Australia. The name Enchiridion was employed by the ancient church father Augustine of Hippo, AD 386 to 430, when he developed a catechetical manual introducing the cardinal tenets of the Christian faith. The basic pillars of the Christian faith, hope, and love, were the divisions in this manual. Under faith, the great historic ecumenical creeds were expounded. One such creed is the Apostles' Creed, presenting the basic tenets of the faith. Under hope, an exposition of the Lord's Prayer, Matthew 6, 9-15, was developed, giving the Christian the framework of our prayer life and hope. Under love was a full and extensive exposition of the law of God, which is summed up in the word love by the Lord Jesus, quoting from the Old Testament, saying, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets." Matthew 22, 37-40. This name, Enchiridion, was chosen because it enunciates our perspective on education, which establishes a Christian worldview in the educational process. Everything that IRFA does in India has an educational orientation, whether we are providing pastoral assistance within our like-minded indigenous churches across the Indian subcontinent, or providing educational consultancy in the school system in India. IRFA is gathering educational experts that have ordination credentials and/or teacher registration qualifications. IRFA is a comprehensive educational provider and consultant. IRFA is practically unknown in India, and the face of IRFA is directly expressed in the face of our local churches, schools, and other educational institutions operating freely and independently in India as lawful Indian institutions. If individuals who are connected with IRFA were unable to return to India for one reason or another, it would have little to no effect on the work in India, because the churches, schools, and other educational institutions would simply operate without those individuals being present. Others would be raised up to continue any nation-to-nation assistance that exists between our work in India and our international fellowship. Enchiridion gives us a convenient interface with schools and educational businesses. English, by the providence of God, is now the global language of choice. Internationally, English is common lingua franca, and having efficient means of English literacy is a trump card in today's world. In India, most good educational institutions have English as the medium of their educational provision. Early childhood English literacy and adult literacy is essential. We believe our LEM Phonics as an English literacy program is among the best in the world. As schools see the value of LEM Phonics, the academic standards of the school have been vastly improved as long as they implement the system consistently. English in India is also an interstate language that gives enormous cohesion to an otherwise diverse linguistic makeup. LEM Phonics is at the cusp of these changes in India. LEM Phonics is a world-class classical English literacy program that is taught as a week-long professional development course for teachers. As a business, providing an English literacy program in schools does not make good financial returns, but as a service, we believe it is second to none. However, it is possible, and we are beginning to see real opportunities in setting up English medium, adult and adolescent tutoring centres and early childhood preschools as a business venture. Such standalone business ventures can also double as what we call a tent-making ministry, Acts 18:3, which supports church outreach and provides a centre for worship on Sundays, while the facilities are being used as an educational institution from Mondays to Fridays. One of the biggest difficulties in church planting ministries is finding places of worship. Under the auspices of EES, professional educationalists are developing Christian teacher training in the form of a postgraduate diploma of Christian education. This can be done in conjunction with undergraduate educational or theological studies. It is envisaged that these courses can be completed by correspondence with 2-week seminars at the conclusion of each semester to complement the course with face-to-face content. At the end of the seminars, a system of assessment would complete the year-long full-time course. Also, EES is a genuine basis for any application for immigration visa clearance by the Indian government. This alone serves as an ethical and lawful basis for temporary immigration visa application to India.